What's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Rimuru in Akame Ga Kill by alexkuhar360 Chapter 2, Trust. Akame's Pav, I do not like the situation I am in right now at all. All my senses are telling me to get away for kill this person in front of me. That is what I am trained to do after all, especially tonight some of my team died. I am feeling particularly bloodthirsty. Everything this person had said seems unrealistic, training in a village to the north in the mountains. Yeah right, there aren't mountains to the north for hundreds of miles. I can tell he wants to gain my trust because he gave me that food which I do not recognize. He almost got me too, since it was somehow almost as good as meat, but I was able to steal myself. Maybe if I kill him I can find more, but where did he take those out of? He doesn't have a bag or any gear, and I am already well within a day journey into this forest. Does he have another camp set up near here? I have no information. I need to learn more about his abilities and if he can be trusted. I am not one to kill innocent people, and from the way he talks he doesn't sound like a bad person, but I can't be sure. This is extremely difficult for me to do since I am trained to be a silent and efficient killer in the dark, but I am going to have to probe him for information so I can decide if I can or even should kill him. If you are traveling around, where are all of your belongings? Sir, you do not just walk around the forest with a sword only. Even though I think I am being quite stiff, he doesn't seem to mind. He just keeps smiling. His face looks feminine and beautiful, but I can tell from the way he speaks that it is definitely a he and not a she. His eyes just stay on me and make it seems that he is watching every single one of my movements, a muscle tensing, a finger twitching, my foot moving on the ground. After a couple of seconds, he responds. To answer your question, I have been going from camp to camp, and if they have bandits and slave traders I kill them and use their camp, then leave. If it is normal people, then I leave them alone. Not that there is anyone other than you in this forest who doesn't seems to be a bandit or slave trader. That does make some sense. If you are highly skilled at fighting you could jump from bandit camp to camp, killing them and using their supplies, then leaving in the morning very easily. From our fight earlier I can tell that he wouldn't have any trouble killing pretty much any bandit he comes across. He also must be used to life or death combat and getting injured a lot. When I cut half his wrist off he didn't even flinch. While thinking, he starts asking me a question. May I ask why you are out here alone? You seems quite strong and are by far better than only of the bandits I have seen, but no matter how skilled someone is, when you're alone anything could happen. I would be happy to assist you in exchange for basic information about some things, but even if you decline I would be happy to camp with you for tonight so you can get some good night's sleep. Nobody in their right minds would ever believe what he just offered. What even is basic information? Is he talking about the kind of things people are taught by others as common sense in the way society works? I wouldn't mind telling him that, but I also don't really need any help. He can't even use his left hand since his wrist is in half. No doubt he is still strong one-handed, but I don't think I would ever rely on someone who can't swing a sword with one of their hands. I better tell him something or else this will become very awkward. I wasn't alone. I had 2 friends I was with, but they died today. I'm not sure what you mean by basic information either, but I would never sleep when there is someone I don't trust standing guard. After saying that, I can see how he reacted. He seemed to have a genuinely sad look in his eyes hearing my friends died. It could be fake, but I don't think so. He also seems to be getting slightly mad. Is he mad that I lost my friends? Why would he be? He never met them. It seems that he is having a genuine reaction, but it is impossible to tell for sure. This is getting annoying, not knowing if what he is saying and showing is genuine or not. That's why being an assassin is much simpler. You just kill who you are sent to kill and anyone who gets in the way. While watching his reaction I see him sign. It seems like he is about to say something. Hopefully it is something I can use to help decide what to do. Akame, I know you don't trust me, but for whatever reason I do for some reason, so I am going to try to get you to trust me. Don't be alarmed by what I am going to do, okay? I am not being hostile towards you. Instead I am showing you something in the hope to get you to believe me. After hearing that I immediately tense up. What the hell is that supposed to mean? While I am watching he slowly takes his sword in his good hand and unsheathes it. I am ready to attack at the slightest move I don't like, but I am also incredibly interested in what he is going to do. Then without warning he cuts his other forearm about 2 inches up from where I cut. He just cut off his hand, WTF. Also, how did he cut through his arm? With my full power cleave with my Shinga class sword I was stopped at the bone, but he just threw like butter. Then to be even more crazy than before, his forearm and hand grow back. His wrist is completely fine and is healed in under 5 seconds. I don't think I could win against him currently. I would be to cut his heart or head to kill him, and even then I don't know if he would die with that. I have never heard of any Tegu or Shinga that could do that. It seems like I am going to have to go along with Rimuru whether he can be trusted or not now. He pretty much just showed me that he can counter the special ability of my sword. Since his powers are so unknown, I can't do anything. While I was realizing how screwed I would be if I attacked him, he pulled some kind of blue orb out of nowhere. I have no clue where he got it from, even though my hand was on the hilt of my sword before I took it off after what he did, and before I could properly react he wound up and threw the blue ball straight at my chest. I tried to dodge it, but he threw it too fast and it ended up hitting me right in the liver area. I thought it would hurt like hell, but instead I got a warm bouncy feeling. When the ball burst that covered my midsection in some kind of blue liquid, I was about to start trying to get it off me when it and my body started to faintly glow. My body absorbed whatever it was extremely quickly and I was bathed in a warm feeling that quickly spread throughout my body. I could feel in my bruises and cuts from my battles earlier and old ones from years ago start to fade away. Then as if they were swept away like flowing down a river, they completely disappeared. I also felt much of my energy return. It was a feeling different from when you wake up and are full of energy, but I still felt like I had full stamina. I couldn't help but look down at myself in complete shock. How could something like that be possible? And if it were, why had I never heard about it? That could change everything, especially in a battlefield situation. Maybe I could believe why he would lie about where he is from if he had something like this that would surely draw a large amount of attention to himself. Then he looked at me with a cold glare what made me shiver instinctively. I'm sure I can trust you to never tell anyone what you just saw, correct? I know you are a smart girl, so I'm sure you know what would happen to me if that got out and what I would do to you if it did. I could tell that he was not threatening me but making a promise. If I ever told anyone I was died if I was lucky. While shaking a little he returned to his previous happy face and warm eyes. Now I am trusting you with 2 of my secrets, so I hope you can trust me a little at least. To answer your question earlier about what I meant by basic information, what I am interested in is the things you called Tegu earlier. I would like to know what they are and any other relevant information on them. I will give you compensation in exchange. I hope we can be good friends with each other. This night just keeps getting stranger and stranger. Can I tell him about what Tegu are though? I mean, with his skill and abilities I'm sure he could find someone else willing to tell him about it soon enough anyway, so I might as well be the one to get payment for it. If it is something that can do what that blue ball did, then I might be able to save one of my friends the next time they are dying. It is also always wise to have powerful friends. I am sure that he is taking a massive leap of faith showing me what he did. Even though I'm sure he wouldn't sacrifice himself for me, it seems like he trusts me for some reason. I think I can trust him too. I guess it would be proper to tell him who I am. If this is somehow an extremely expensive and intricate long con, then he deserves it. Well, I guess I should tell you who I am. My name is Akame and I am an assassin for the Empire. As for what Tegu, are sometimes called Imperial Arms, is a little complicated. There are 48 Imperial Arms and they all have special abilities. They can be pretty much anything, from swords and armor to living creatures. They are extremely deathly devices made from some of the most dangerous danger beast 1000 years ago by the first emperor. While talking I could see his eyes light up like a little child hearing a story. I do hope I can be friends with Rimuru. He then started asking questions. Does that mean your sword is an imperial arm? Do you know what any of them do? It was so different from the cold tone he used when he told me not to tell anyone about his healing, it was a little shocking. I guess I might as well tell him them. My sword isn't actually a Tegu. It is known as a Shinga, which was an attempt to make new weapons stronger than the Tegu 400 years ago. It failed and I was issued this. As for specifics about them I don't really hand that, but from what I understand no 2 are the same, and if you can think of something there is probably one that can do it. It feels so strange to talk this much. I haven't ever had such a long conversation with someone other than maybe Kurome. After that we talked well into the morning about a variety of things, mostly about Tegu and food. It seems like he shares my enjoyment of food, but he likes stuff other than just meat. I guess I will have to show him that meat is the best food and there is no competition. Maybe those crispy things he gave me earlier, but I think good meat still beats it by a mile. The end.